right. I'm with Itay, the founder of Superdev, who recently got acquired on acquire.com. Itay, how you doing today?
Hey, yeah, I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing good. I'm excited to hear your story, but before we dive into that, do you want to just give a brief introduction of yourself for those that may not know you?
Yeah, sure. So my name is Itay. I was born and raised in Israel, 28 years old. I've been doing software development for years already, like 10 years. Um, and I've been working in multiple startups. And like around 7 to 8 years ago, I moved to the Netherlands to work for a startup company. And around 3 years ago, just when the AI became something like OpenAI, I think released like ChatGPT in like 2022-ish, 2021. And I decided to leave everything I do in order to focus on building. And that's what I did since then. So I was building mostly with AI, so AI tools. I had a different startup that I sold on acquire.com, to be honest. So it was
Nice.
called, it was called Reclips. Didn't sell it for a lot of money, but still, I wanted to build some, like, my initial thought was to build stuff and then scale it and just sell it. And yeah, that's about me.
Right on. Well, tell me about Superdev. How'd you get that idea? How'd you start it? Let's go there.
Yeah, so Superdev. So I've been a builder, so I think I knew the problem of whenever I wanted to start a new project, it was like building again all the infrastructure, like payments, all the components and this kind of stuff. And I was like, when I saw Lovable, I was like, wow, spot on. Like they have a really good product. And the target audience of Lovable is non-technical people. But when I started, like like building with Lovable just for fun, I realized that it won't work for non-technical people. Now, obviously, since I started working on Superdev, they improved it a lot. But at first, like as a non-technical user, when you wanted to build other than UI, I think like Lovable is really good at scaffolding UIs. But when I started building Superdev, which was like back in February, Lovable wasn't that good in building like a backend and integrating like third-party services and data persistence. And when I started playing with it, I was like, okay, there's got to be another way. It doesn't make sense for non-technical people to see that SQL thingy in the chat.
Right.
And I was like if a non-technical people would see that SQL, they will probably abandon the project. They will get panicked. And what I did is I fed up the LLM I wired the LLM with an SDK that contains all the necessities to build a full stack app. So that's the differentiator that Superdev has.
Nice.
You get the surprise essentially from the first prompt. Everything is really working and not just the UI with mock data. It's a real data that's being stored.
Nice. How would you describe Superdev to someone that's never heard about it?
It's a good question. Build full stack apps in minutes. Like
Nice.
That's the best description.
I use the product. It's amazing what you built. How'd you get the first users and the first customers?
Funny enough, I didn't do that like big of a noise. I went to Reddit and I started from Reddit. I posted 3 posts on 3 different subreddits, and all of the 3 got viral. Like 150 to 300, and one of them got 500 upvotes. Only from Reddit, I got like 30 to 35 customers. And then I used that money to pay to a YouTuber and a TikToker to do some videos. And then I just got, the money got rolling, and I managed to pay more to more influencers to just promote the product. The response rate was pretty good with the influencers because the product was good. So and also I think that it is a hyped product in a hyped market right now. So the niche is very hyped and everyone wanna build with AI. So that was also one of the things that I experienced with Superdev, that it was just too hyped for people to say no for influencers.
Yeah, I love that. How did you find the influencers?
Google, I was literally like scrolling through TikTok to find like TikTok influencers and YouTube to find good YouTubers. I think I've sent like maybe 15 requests to TikTokers on TikTok and like 10 requests, 15 requests on YouTube. And the response rate was like 80%, which is pretty
That
high.
is awesome. Yeah. There you go. How many users did Superdev have when you sold it?
So paying users around 200, 250. And then non-paying users, we had around like 4,000, 3,500 paying users,
Nice.
something
And
like
how old was this company?
that. I started working with it on February 2025.
Wow.
I released it. I released a beta version on, I think it was the 1st of May, for around 3 weeks. So towards the end of May, I released it to the general availability. So yeah, I mean, and I sold it like last week. So I guess 2.5 months ish.
That is crazy. Just seeing these companies, these AI startups grow this quickly and get acquired this quickly is wild. We've never seen this before.
Thank you so
But
much.
you had strong product market fit. The business was growing. What made you want to sell it?
So it's a good question. I think I just realized that the market, like unless you have capital, it's gonna be hard to take it to the next level. Like I wanted to take it to like 1 to 5 million ARR. It's definitely doable, but you need money in order to in order to pay for ads and influencers, and the cost of the LLM is very expensive. Um, so I didn't like. I felt like I was a bit late to the party of Lovable and other competitors that were pretty well known. So that's why I decided to sell. And then I realized that if I will sell, and probably I will have a nice amount of money to reinvest in my next company. So I'm pretty happy with the result.
Absolutely. I think you sold at a great time because that market is red hot, but who's to say that it's always going to stay that way? And there are a lot of other competitors. So cashing in with that momentum, I think is awesome. As you were building it though, was there ever a day where you sat back and you're like, man, like this thing is taking off, like where could it go? Did you ever have any like moments like that?
Yeah, I mean, I think every day, like it's you probably know that as well. But as you're building a startup, you have ups and downs. Like one day I could get up and like, wow, that thing is gonna blow up. I know it. And then the second day when I see some competitor that launched a new feature, I was like, shit, no, that
Yeah.
like that would that would delete me. Like it's not gonna work. But I think you just have to stay consistent with the goals that you've set to yourself and to the company, and you have to fight back every morning.
100%. How was your first, couple weeks on Acquire? What was your expectations? You had mentioned you previously sold a startup, so you had some experience selling. How did it
Yeah,
go? What was your thoughts on everything? It seemed like it just moved so quickly, but tell me how it went.
it was really quick. So I think I listed it beginning of August, something like that. Maybe a bit less than the beginning of August. And then like a week later, I've got like 5 LOIs. I've got coached by Rosa. She did a really good job. She's been there for me. Like anytime I needed, she's just been like a text away. And she was always available for me, and I really appreciate it because I felt like I got like red carpet treatment. Um, and I posted the listing. I think it got like edited by your team, I guess. And then like 2 to 3 days later, I started getting lots of traction and chat with buyers. I went up to like on like 5 to 6 calls or 7 calls, and out of them, those 4 to 5 LOIs went in pretty quickly. And then it was just a matter of finding the perfect buyer out of those LOIs. Because I still want Superdev to succeed, and I really believe in the product. So I wanted to choose someone that could really take off that product and make something big out of it.
Nice. How did you land on the buyer that you ended up selling to? Was it their price or their terms? Did you just get along with the individual?
I think it was a combination of a good price, like a good offer that they gave me, as well as a good connection with the buyer because and like a good vision that he has for Superdev, which is somewhat close to the vision that I had as well. So a good vision with a good capital, and I think a good execution, um, based on his knowledge and his experience. So it's like a no-brainer for me to say no.
Nice. How did due diligence go? How's that process? Any headaches, any hiccups? Easy, smooth?
Pretty easy, pretty smooth, pretty easy. Like nothing was serious. We spoke a lot beforehand, so I think it managed. We managed to gain some trust, like between us, which helped a lot during the due diligence because there were things that I just didn't even need to mention. It was just like the obvious because we spoke about them during our previous conversations. That's one of that's if I were to give some like tips to future buyers, try to make sure that you have a good communication with the buyer that you're going to choose. If you have like multiple offers, then go with the one that you think, as I said, like a combination of a good communication as well as good vision and good execution if you care about the product. But yeah, good communication is like a key essential for a smooth deal.
Nice. From start to finish, how long did it take to close? I know the answer, but
Like a week and a half to a week
yeah.
or something very, very fast. Like it was really fast.
Yeah. I mean, just what you've done is absolutely incredible from building it to finding hundreds of customers to getting 5 LOIs in a matter of like 3-4 months. That's wild, Itay.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I uh, I wouldn't manage to make it like that out of if it wasn't with your team. So I appreciate it.
Right on. Any other advice you'd give to another founder? Let's say they came to you and they said, "Hey, I'm thinking about selling on Acquire. Do you have any tips for me?" What do you think those would be?
Um, if it's pre-selling, then I would say make sure that you have like good positioning in the market and you know what you're selling. Because during conversations on Acquire, I saw like buyers are looking to understand what's your key differentiator from other competitors. And I think that was something that set me apart. I had a really good differentiator from competitors. Um, be confident, uh, have good numbers, and like yeah, that's that's basically it. Um,
Yeah, pretty straightforward. I think what I loved watching in your acquisition was just how many buyers that you spoke to. You were willing to get on calls and speak to them, and answer any questions, and then that resulted in multiple offers, and then ultimately one awesome buyer and a successful acquisition.
that's that's for sure. Like you have to communicate with your buyer. Like as I said, the communication is key. So be aware to be there and be like available for the buyers because they want to ask questions because if they're gonna put some good amount of money on something, they want to make sure that everything is as you described it in the listing. So be there for them when they need you.
Well said. Did you do anything to celebrate the acquisition when it closed?
Um, I mean, I met with Rosa on San Diego,
Yeah,
but not yet. I'm probably gonna do something small, but yeah,
right on. Well, Tay, what's next for you? What are you building next? What are you doing?
it's a good question. I'm probably gonna join a big company. Um, I'm for sure gonna build something because it's not done yet. I'm very itched to build something again, but I'm gonna probably take it a bit more slow this time because I wanna build something. I wanna build something bigger. So let's see. It's
Right on.
I still don't know.
Right on. Well, I'm rooting for you, dude. Thanks for coming on the podcast. Congrats again on the acquisition. If
Thank you
people
so
want to
much.
hear more about your story, where can they find you online?
Yeah, they can find me on X. It's Elgazar underscore Itay, and on LinkedIn it's just Itay Elgazar, which is my name. Just
Right on. I'll put that in the show notes. Well, Tay, congrats again on the acquisition. You're a legend, and maybe we'll have you back on here again with a bigger acquisition.
we will for sure. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.